Job's wife has been judged for centuries. Rarely has she been understood. Remember her for one sentence. Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die. Job 2:9. On the surface, it sounds cruel, faithless, even wicked. But Scripture invites us to take a closer look. She stood in the ashes too. In a single day, she lost 10 children, 10 sons and daughters, one storm, total silence, where laughter once lived. Imagine the house afterwards. Chairs that would never be filled again, rooms that holding echoes instead of voices, garments folded that would never be worn. Grief of that magnitude does not whisper, it crushes. And while her own heart was shattered, she watched her husband deteriorate. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job 2:7. He sat in ashes, she scraped his skin with broken pottery. He suffered openly, relentlessly. She had buried her children, and now she was watching the only person she had left unravel. Was her statement evil, or was it a cry of a soul pushed beyond its limits? Perhaps it was not hatred of God. Perhaps it was exhaustion. Perhaps she could not bear to see one more person she loved in agony. When grief reaches its outer edge, words can become raw, even reckless. Job replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Job 2:10. Job's faith endured, and rightly we honor him. But notice something striking. God rebuked Job's friends for misrepresenting him. "I'm angry with you and your two friends because you have not spoken the truth about me," Job said. God corrected the theologians. He never rebuked the grieving wife. He saw the difference between defiance and devastation. And when restoration came, it came to both of them. The Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former part. In Job 42:12, they had 10 children again. She carried them. She nurtured them. She built a future from ruins. That is not weakness, folks. That's strength forged in sorrow. Perhaps today you see someone grieving in ways that unsettle you. Anger, questions, words that sound sharp. Grief rarely sounds polished. It is often messy. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's faith-filled, sometimes it's fractured. But the Lord is not threatened by brokenness. The Lord is close to those brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalms 34:18. He knows the difference between rebellion and a shattered heart. The real question is not about Job's wife. It's about us. Will we analyze people in their pain, or will we sit beside them in the ashes? Sometimes the most Christ-like thing we can do is just to remain. Remain in silence, remain in sorrow, remain long enough for hope to rise again. Call Dan Cross for a counseling appointment at 918-844-4148 and get my books on Amazon, Fully Christ, Thorn in My Flesh, and Rewired for Joy. Call Dan Cross, 918-844-4148.